Hi folks, G3 here. Today I'm making a natural mould spray. Now recently I made a video about using houseplants to naturally combat mould, and I'll include a link to that up here. Now over winter a lot of us have been finding that our homes have been getting quite humid as a result of turning down the thermostat to save money on heating. So with the moisture in the house, it has been quite an area for mould to start developing and thriving. Not a nice situation. Now we've found this in a few places, so as well as trying to use a dehumidifier to reduce the humidity in the house, I also started using some houseplants that are supposed to combat mould naturally. Now one thing I've been using is this book, Clean Green, and it's by Jen Chillingsworth. Now there's lots of green cleaning tips in here, and this is where I was finding out some information about mould. In this book, Jen is talking about using natural remedies to create a spray to use on the mould. So let me tell you a little bit about that. Many homes can suffer from mould and mildew problems due to poor ventilation and high humidity levels, and that mould thrives in dark, moist conditions. Mould and mildew can harm your well-being and trigger breathing difficulties for those suffering with asthma and allergies. Now it says lots of people try bleach to try and get rid of mould, but all the bleach does is remove the colour. It leaves the spores behind. Now Jen has found that this spray is most effective at getting rid of mould and mildew. It says be careful when using this spray on painted walls or surfaces, as some paints can be damaged when they get wet, so you need to test on an area before using it widely. So the ingredients for this tea tree mould spray are: you need a 1 litre bottle. Now I've got one here, it is plastic, but it is one that I've used many times over and over again, so I'm getting lots of use out of it. You also need a cloth because you're going to need to wipe that onto the surface. You need 500 millilitres of water. You need 2 teaspoons of tea tree essential oil. Now the instructions say that you need to add the water to the spray bottle, then add the tea tree essential oil, attach the spray pump and tighten, label the bottle so you know what's in it, and then you need to spray the solution directly onto the mould and leave for 1 hour. And then using a slightly damp cloth, wipe over the area to allow to air dry. So let's make that bottle of spray up. Now the instructions state 1 litre, so I've got a litre of water here. I'm not sure whether that's all going to fit in this bottle. I think it's a 750ml bottle I have here. See how much we get in there. Actually that's pretty much a litre I've got in there, so that's good. Now it says 2 teaspoons of tea tree essential oil. That's quite a bit of oil, but let's put that in. Smells really good. Right, there we go. And just to make sure there's no wastage, I'll pop a little bit of water on the spoon and down the funnel. There we go. That is full. Give it a bit of a shake, make sure it's nicely mixed around. So it's basically water and tea tree oil. So next up we are going to spray that on the wall and leave it for an hour, and then we're going to wipe it off with a damp cloth. Now I expect this treatment will take a little time. I'm going to have to put several applications on, I would expect, to see a difference. So I will show you what I'm doing with this one, and then I will come back in the future and tell you how it's gone. We've got a few places, such as in the bedroom, where the mould is particularly obvious, and that's on the ceiling up here. So this is the area that I'm going to test. Just wipe the residue off of the wall, and I shall leave that on for an hour, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so it's about an hour since I put the spray on, and now I've got a damp cloth. I'm using a 0% microplastic cloth. I'm just going to give this a little wipe. Now that has removed some of that onto the cloth, and it's definitely not as dark on the ceiling, so I think that's working. I will try it a number of times in different places. I will put it on separately for an hour, wipe it off, try it elsewhere as well. and I will let you know how that goes. It's been about, I think, 3 weeks since I first sprayed the tea tree oil onto this patch of mould. It hasn't grown. It's not come back at all in that time. There's no additional darkening. It's not increased, and I've just gone and given it another spray to see if anything came off, and nothing did. So it looks like at the moment it's been working. The house is still just as humid as it was before. It looks as though the tea tree spray is working. So that's great. I've tried this mould spray for a few weeks now, and it's been quite effective. It's very easy to use, just a case of spraying on, leaving for an hour and then wiping off with a damp cloth. And from what I've seen, it is making an impact. It has stopped the mould from progressing. It's just a case of water and tea tree essential oil in a spray bottle. So the bleach spray isn't a good idea because that isn't actually going to be killing the mould, but this tea tree essential oil in water seems to work. It seems to be very effective to me, and it was straightforward to do and very cost effective. A thumbs up from me. So as I mentioned, I got this from the Clean Green book by Jen Chillingsworth, so it's recommended. It's quite a sizable book with lots of bits and pieces in there, handy hints and tips, so that's definitely worth checking out as well. Well, there you go, folks. I hope you found that useful. If you did, then please click the like button down below and leave your comments. Let me know whether you've been using this or something similar and you've had good results from it. Up next, I've got this video that I think you might find useful. And if you haven't done so already, then why not subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon so you get notified when I load up a new video. Well, thanks for watching, folks. Until next time, bye.